God came down to Mount Sinai. He came to give us an invitation. I want to be closer to you, and I will ask you to join me. How do I get closer to God? Interesting question. But before we actually answer the question, let's explore it a little more. Can we get closer to God? Is that a possibility? Should we get closer to God? Is that a good thing? What would constitute closeness? I can get closer to God in space. So what does closeness mean? Can you be close to someone you don't see? These are all very legitimate questions. The ultimate question is, closeness has to be a two-way street. You can't get close to someone who doesn't want to be close to you. Then you're just pursuing, but you're never getting close. You're stalking. So the first thing we need to know is God interested in closeness? Because if he's not interested, then I have no approach. If I'm not invited into a closeness, then closeness is not possible. Which religion teaches that closeness to God is available, attainable, desirable, and it's a two-way street? We're always hearing about how God is mysterious, how God is infinite, how God is unknowable. That kind of discourages closeness. Does God want closeness? Is he looking for a close relationship? Most religions say no. Well, then let's drop it. Can't happen. So you have to be invited into a closeness if you're going to get close. In fact, if you're invited to get closer, you are already closer even if you didn't respond. The invitation itself is a closeness. So if God asks us to get closer to him, then we are closer than before he asked. Of course, it's not a complete closeness because we're not completing the circle. Okay, so what then is closeness? Let's define the term. Close doesn't mean physically side by side. Closeness would mean I am precious to you, you are precious to me. Closeness to the heart. What is the closest thing to your heart? Well, the thing that gives you the most pleasure. The thing that is most desirable to you. Now, I discover that my friend has something very, very close to his heart. His most precious possession. Now I'm jealous. I want to be that close. I want to be that precious. So I start looking for ways of getting closer. But imagine that I discover that there is something really close to my friend's heart, but he won't tell me what it is. Well, then the door is closed, the gates are shut, and there can be no closeness. What if he tells me what it is that is most precious to him and closest to his heart? Now I'm waiting for an invitation. Oh, so that is the most precious thing in your life. Am I invited? Can I join you? You have a place that you love to visit. You go there on vacation. It is the most precious thing in your life. Wow, that's interesting. And I'm waiting. But there's no invitation. Well, then I might as well go home because I'm not going to get any closer. So, to get closer to somebody would mean, number one, there is something closer to him than I am. You know, the expression, you are as precious to me as life itself. See what that means? Life, my life, is very precious to me, and you are as precious as that. So, if I know that there is something more precious to you than me, I want that closeness. What if I am the most precious thing to you? Then there can't be anything closer. I am the closest thing. So I can enjoy the closeness. I can't get closer. But if there is something closer, well, then I would like that. So the first thing is I have to know that there is something closer. Second, I have to know what that is. If I can't know what it is, then there is no avenue, there's no channel for closeness. And even when I know what it is, if I'm not invited, I can stalk you, I can't get closer to you. In Judaism, the first most fundamental principle of all, God came down to Mount Sinai. He came down. He didn't wait for us to go up to heaven. Well, what does that tell you? He came to give us an invitation. He came to say, I want to be closer to you. I will tell you what is most precious to me. I'll tell you everything. And I will ask you to join me. Shabbos is an example. It's a special day for God because he created the world in 6 days and he rests on the seventh day. He came down to Mount Sinai and told us this. And he said, when I'm resting on my special day, join me. Rest with me. See, that's an invitation for closeness. If you rest with him, you become as precious to him as that day is special to him. That's what closeness means. Now, the nicest thought of it all, I want to become as precious to you as this most precious thing is. And you're inviting me. What am I supposed to make of that? Here God is saying, the most precious thing to me is my seventh day, my Shabbos. But I want you to have some of it. What is he telling me about me? Why would you give me what is most precious to you? What I'm actually hearing is, this is most precious to me so far, but I want to give it to you so that you will become more precious to me, which means I am more precious to you than the most precious thing you have. Otherwise, why would you give it to me? Now getting closer to God becomes even more appealing, more awesome. How do we get closer? We participate in all the things that are precious to him. He loves charity, we give charity. He loves holiness, we try to be holy. He loves truth, we try to be truthful. He loves kosher for the Jew. We try to keep kosher. Stay on the same page with him. That is closeness. I've got my own ideas. I've got my own experiences to pursue. Well, then you're not looking for closeness. You're looking for distance. Closeness means I want to share everything precious to you so that I become even more precious if you invite me. So instead of calling it commandments, which sounds very impersonal, every one of the 613 commandments for Jews and the 7 Noahide laws for everybody, every one of those are invitations. That's what they should be called. Invitation to closeness. So to dismiss all the commandments so that we can get closer to God without them is like saying, forget the invitations. I'm getting close to you anyway. No, you're not. Those are not commandments. Those are not restrictions. Those are invitations to closeness. If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there is a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it. I want to invite you to join us as VIPs, partners in our work, and join us also for a personal chat with other members of the VIP club. We talk about many things. There's an opportunity to ask, to respond, to make a comment, to meet the other supporters. And together we can really make a difference in Jewish life and in life in general. So join us. It's goodtoknow.org. Log in, call, make contact, and join us with the VIPs.